Hello, amazing people, and welcome to another episode of Knowing Christ with ICY, which is International Christian Youth Works. I am your host, Betty, and today I have very amazing young people who are going to be sharing with us their perspective on believing in God, believing in Christ as a young person, regardless of whichever challenge that you are going through. So, hey guys.
Hello.
It's so good to see you here. You all look amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, so maybe we can start with a little bit of introduction, your name, what you do.
Yeah,
Okay, my name is Joseph Woy. I'm a student at Kenya Medical Training College.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. My name is Suleiman Galgalo. I'm a student at KMTC.
Hi, my name is Kipkemwe Sharon, a public health student at Kenya Medical Training College, Karuri campus.
Hello, my name is Sarah. I'm a student in KMTC Karuri campus.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for creating time to come be part of this episode. And what we want young people out there to know or to learn from us is that they can still believe in God regardless of what they're going through. So maybe allow me start with Suleiman. So is there a time when you felt like things were not really working out for you, and how did you pull yourself through that, especially with the fact that your faith kind of felt shaken?
Okay, Betty. What I can say is in life there are challenges, yes, and at times sometimes you feel low in your life, and again it's not a walk in the park, you see. So every day is a journey, and you have to walk this journey with God. You have to have faith in God. You have to have patience. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Wow. So Sharon, is there a moment when you really felt like God was not really there for you?
Okay, yeah, sure. I can share one of personal experience. I can say being a student is somehow tough, and we normally have goals in life, and having a particular goal, you always feel that I must achieve my goal, and it is a must that I win it. It is a must that I come to achieve it. But again, I can still, it's my high school story, I can say. I've always wanted to be a medic. I can say maybe a neurosurgeon or a clinical medicine and whatever. That was my dream back then, since when I was in class 4, and my dream never changed when I was in high school. But during the KCSE, the results were not pleasing at all, and I was like, I cannot go to a college and go and do certain courses. I just want my health perspective about it. So talking to my parents, so you still want to go back? Yeah, I still want to go back. So going back again, you are there, okay, struggling. Unafikanga huko tena, you forget about your mission, like what brought you back. Yeah, so doing the same KCSE, the results again not pleasing. I'm not meeting that cadre that I wanted, but I just had to accept, though it was tough. And yeah, I really felt like I'm a useless person to this society. Like I felt that it was so tough for me, and accepting myself, it took me a longer time. And I always wished to join KMTC, so I can say it used to be my dream back. I just wanted to be in a medical school, but my hopes came back when I realized that there are some courses that I can still do in Kenya Medical Training College. But yeah, it is a course that I'm doing it, but it is not that I really wanted. But again, I said in life, God has a purpose. Maybe there is a reason as to why God never wanted me to do that particular course. Maybe He felt that I can do better in a different field. So I can say that at times you might be having goals, you might be having dreams, and you feel like I'm going to be a better person in the near future, but God has your plans. So yeah. That's what I can say.
Oh,
Thank
wow,
you.
wow. So, as you've heard from Sharon, God has a plan for you. And out of this very amazing, beautiful lady next to Sharon, I can see your nails look awesome. That is clearly the favor of God. Yeah, so maybe just share with us, what would you do if you felt like your faith was really being shaken? How would you pull yourself back from that situation?
Okay, the only thing I can say is maybe trusting in God and praying to God. At least God answers your prayers, even if He may not answer today, but there's a time He will answer your prayers. So I think you have to be consistent in prayers. Don't ever give up in life, because everyone has its own time, and God answers prayers at its own time. That's why we always say God's time. God's
time.
is the best. Yeah, that's what I can say. I don't have much.
Wow. Yeah, and actually there is this Bible verse that I love. It says, it should be in Ecclesiastes 3:11, that when is it, He has made everything beautiful in His perfect time.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that says, when the time is right, I, the Lord, shall make it happen. So now to you, so we've heard them talk about, there are challenges and we should keep on believing and having faith in God. So how about you? How have you been able to navigate through those daily challenges as a person, and especially as a young person, and still trying to just maintain your faith in God as well?
Okay, basically for me, as a young person or a youth, mainly as a student, actually in school we majorly interact with each other, because each and every person has different testimonies. So I attend Bible studies mainly to keep my faith intact, and also we also have practices maybe for worship, mainly to keep you away from maybe doing the wrong things. We mainly interact with each other, and we are able to encourage each other to keep on with our faith. Thank you.
Wow. And I'm just reminded of the Job story. You see how it starts, Job being this wealthy person, having the health, everything just working out. And at this moment, even with things going right in his life, Job still has strong faith in God. Job still believes in God. Job still trusts in God. But now Satan feels like Job is just having faith in God because he has all these things. So then things just turned for Job, and suddenly he lost his children, his health is being compromised, his wealth as well is being compromised. And the wife goes on and tells Job, can you just curse the Lord? And in such moments, we as people would easily just get to do it, right? Because when things are going so wrong in our lives, we really feel like, and we do question God a lot, like, hey God, I'm doing everything right. I've been praying, I've been going to church, I've been doing everything right, but this is still happening to me. And at times we find ourselves really questioning why God is doing this to us, why God is allowing us to go through such experiences. And that from the Job story is that regardless of what Job was going through in that moment, he still did not curse God. And then with that, you see, God has just miraculous ways in how he does things, because he restored everything that he had now, that the devil rather had taken away from Job. I'm just trying to imagine if Job would have cursed God as the wife was advising him to do, and I just don't know what would have happened. And as young people, at times we really want to give up so fast, right? And I don't know what you can tell the young people out there who feel like right now things are not going okay in their lives, and they just feel like, no, I cannot have faith anymore, I cannot trust in God anymore, I just can't do this anymore. So maybe what would you tell the young people from you as we go to the other side, who feel like their faith is really being shaken right now?
Okay, basically for me, what I can tell the young people is God has plans for everything. He might make you face problems, mainly to test your faith. Sometimes we go through a lot, but at the end, God is able to deliver us from it. Yeah.
I can say Job was tested by God, and he had a strong faith. So his faith was not shaken. I can tell the young people that God always tests everyone, and he tests the people that he loves the most. So this is a way of God is bringing you closer to him. He wants you to go back to him, to pray to him, to have faith, and to be patient.
Okay, to the young people, what I can say is that always pray without ceasing, always be a fighter, and go for what you feel it's right, and always know that God comes first. Despite you're in a comfort zone, always remember God at all times, not only in times where you need help or in times of when you're having situations, bad situations. Always remember the Almighty God at all times. Yeah.
Okay, for me, the message that I can give the young people of the young generation is never give up on God, and also I'll encourage like each and everyone to be attending maybe church. We are from different denominations, but we believe that God is one. So we need to be going to church. At least we get to learn more about God. We get to learn more about the faith of God, and I think we'll be able to maneuver our problems and get the solution for all of it. Yeah.
Oh wow! I really loved the aspect that you bringing out the fact that there are always gonna be challenges. Like because when it comes to the job story and maybe the challenges getting to test someone's faith, it's something that I do relate to so much. And at times I've found myself literally just questioning God. Like for instance, just my recent encounter. I don't know if it's recent because it's now almost a year. Because I used to have this prayer jar in my house. So what I do with it is that every day I wake up, I make a prayer, then drop it there. So every end of the month, I go open the prayer jar, start going through everything that I have been praying for. And I realized that, I have achieved most of the things I have been praying for. And those which I haven't gotten, then I move them to the next month. So now, here comes the month. Here comes May. So now May was quite the month. It was so amazing for me last year. On 30th, I had this launch and I had a conversation for this opportunity that I was really longing for, and it was a very nice day. So on 31st of May, I wake up, of course, with my routine, fill my prayer jar, and I remember what I did that day is that I literally wrote to God and just told him, thank you. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for the good health. Thank you for the good health to my family as well. And thank you for protecting us. And then, I prayed, dropped the nini into the prayer jar, and then went to work. So then 2 hours later, after just making this prayer, thanking God, for everything that He's done for me, for the good health, 2 hours later, I get a call. And the call comes in, and it's like, hey, we've lost Mom. And I was like, oh, wow. Because you've just been praying and being thankful to God for everything that He's done. And then 2 hours later, you get a call that you've lost your mom. And then you just have lots of questions because you don't want to process these things, because this is someone you've spoken to the previous day. This is someone who literally woke up, did all the house chores, and then just after everything, she just collapsed. And that was the end of her. And then I'd find myself asking God so many questions. And then something just hit me, because every time I was asking God these questions why did you let this happen to us? Why did you have to let it be on this day when I have just just been grateful to you for everything, the help? And something just spoke to me so if not you, whom do you want it to happen to? And that is the question that I don't think we can answer. And I just had to remind myself that every situation that we are put in, God puts us there because He knows that we are able to handle it. Because just like Job, I really felt like my faith was so shaken. And every time you pray for something, God has a different way of answering that thing to you. Because if I'm praying to God that, hey, God, just make me patient, He just won't wake up tomorrow and make me patient. He's gonna put me in an experience that will make sure that I am being patient. And as young people, maybe that we do not have the patience, but rather we just find ourselves mostly falling into the trap of Job. And I don't know how now we can really bring more young people to just knowing and believing that God does exist, regardless of what we are going through. And maybe as young people, you could now share with us, like, how best can we young people get to share with other young people out there that, yeah, God does exist, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of how dark the clouds are, of how happy everything is happening and things are going on so well as planned in your life. How do we make these young people to still know that God does exist and to just keep on believing in Him, whether it's in the good times, in the bad times? Maybe I can start from you.
Okay, what I can say is maybe by giving them your testimonials and giving them your stories on how God has answered your prayers and to never cease praying. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, for me, I can say we have various churches, and so someone can go to church because I think by going to church, this is whereby you get to learn more testimonies about people, and you get in a church. That is where you can find someone maybe you can rely on. You can get a prayer partner. Always having a prayer partner, maybe asking, I don't know how we do make prayers. That person can take you through. Maybe I don't know how to study the Bible. How can I do it? So by indulging with maybe those who are spiritually active and they believe in spirituality, that is how you can find out that God can really answer your prayers, and God is always there, and God exists. Yeah.
I can say that we have hardships, everyone, the youths especially. So to overcome this hardship, you have to be close to God. So we can advise them to always go to God, pray to God, learn more about God so that they can connect with Him directly. They can connect with Him very well. Because when you get to know God, that is when you can believe in Him. Yeah.
For me, I believe most of the youths and young people are within their institutions, mainly high schools, the universities, the technical colleges. So what I can advise is mainly for our leaders, spiritual leaders, to be there for them, mainly to share the word. And maybe for us, those who have testimonies, we should share with one another so that they can know that God still exists.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for those amazing insights. It's really been a session that has touched me a lot because I really want young people to just be able to believe in God. And to every young person who's out there, this is a sign to you to share your testimony, share your story with us, because believing in God, as you've heard from young people talk to us, is that we want more people sharing their experiences, letting us know what they have gone through and how God has come through for them. And in case you're wondering, so where can you share these experiences? Which family can I get that will help me share these experiences? Then International Christian Youth Works is the best place for you to be. So how can you get us? You can easily reach us through our Facebook media page at ICY Africa, our Instagram media page ICY Africa, and our X page ICY Africa. We really look forward to listening to your stories. We want to share stories of hope. We want to share stories of believing. We want to share stories of faith. And above all, we want to see more young people across the world coming to Christ. That was it for today's episode, and thank you so much for joining. Bye, guys.
Bye.